So using my mass to step forward and striking out on the opponent there. Okay, so we're going to look at the double palm strike and the process of how to do the double palm strike and the different steps involved with it. So double palm strike is one of the most powerful arm strikes there is because you're using your whole body mass to drive and using both arms. So you're getting a lot of power into this. But learning to use your body correctly is the important part, and getting that connection from your body out through into your arms, which mostly comes from the shoulders and a bit of the elbows as well, is the difficult thing and the important thing to make this really work. So you can get that mass coming out through into the strike. So using my mass to step forward and striking out on the opponent there. So if I'm going to do it as a push, what I want to do is when you come forward, the push is determined by the length of contact with the pad. Okay, if you're going to do a push, you're going to have a longer contact with the pad to send them backwards, as opposed to a strike. Okay, so when I'm here, I move forward. If I want to do a push, I make contact and then I extend. It only has to be a fraction of a second, but basically you come in and extend out. That's the push, okay? So I didn't have to do much. I mean, a kid using my mass will make that push more and so forth. So you're not striking the pad, okay? You make contact and extend. If I'm striking, it's short contact. So the strike, you come forward, strike. All right, so it doesn't send them flying as far, but it leaves the force there. So same as I was doing before when I was moving my mass, it's just I'm extending fast and I'm coming back as quick as I'm going forward. So it's there and back. Less time you make contact with a pad, the stronger it's going to be. One of the biggest mistakes people make though is surface of the pad. If you just hit the surface, you're not going to put the force into the opponent. Same as if you hit the surface of the opponent. I want to aim for their spine or their center at a higher level. With a push, you're turning that force into momentum. With a strike, you're leaving that force there. It's not turning into momentum, it's not sending the person backwards, it's going to do more damage. So you're striking, you're thinking of hitting inside here, but back and forward as quick as you can. A lot more damaging on that person. Makes you saw his head jolt back then, everything. It's like a shockwave suddenly going through the person as opposed to they're just getting pushed backwards. The push looks more impressive, the strike does more damage. The push makes contact, then extends. So you make contact for a second, then extend to push them backwards. Make contact, extend, okay? The strike, you extend to make that contact as you move your mass forward to send the force there. First up, if you're going to practice this, what you can do to practice to get that structure and that connection is come over this way. From here, you can just practice trying to move the opponent backwards. So you're thinking up through your spine, you're getting your Tai Gung Sing in your spine, so opening, raising your spine, Nim Tao. So that connection from the tailbone through the spine to the top of the head. And you're just thinking of just relaxing your shoulders into your elbows and then just walking and moving that person backwards. So you're trying not to use physical strength. You're trying to use your structure and your mass to drive them backwards. Now that one more relates to the push, but it's also important for the strike. If you didn't have the pad there, two quick things here. Again, talking about levels of what you're doing. If I'm going to push them, more than likely to the chest, okay, that's sending a warning, letting them know they're going to feel it. It's very powerful if you're managing to get your mass behind it. Push to the chest, can strike to the chest, does more damage. Obviously, to the head is going to do the most. So that's a very last resort. But they're the main points you can strike with this. Of course, you could strike the stomach as well, but generally chest or face, depending on what's needed in the situation.